All right, Joe, welcome back. It's good to see you. We've got another video here for you today, and I have two trading calls and two trading ideas in this video. The first one here is actually going to be on Apple. That's right, Big Mama, we got a trading idea for you. What's going on with Apple? Well, if you recall, recently we got a piece of news that Apple is actually going to hike their prices because of the increased input costs from the memory going into their phones. Now, I am not thinking that people are going to stop using iPhones because of this. They're still going to buy their iPhone. And in fact, we've got news recently that folks are pulling their orders through to try and avoid some of these price hikes. There was a 13% increase in global iPhone shipments during the second quarter of 2026, and that was on a Wednesday report by Counterpoint Research. So people are doing this. They're pulling these through. And that makes me think that on the next earnings print, you actually get a really positive number that might kind of set the stage for Apple going higher. But if we zoom in here to today, in the back of this, Apple has been viewed as a safety trade with some of the AI stuff that's going on. And if you take a look at the chart, this is actually notable to me. The candle here today has us recapturing the 50 and the 20 day, and it looks like a pretty nice power candle. And we have this really nice gap sitting above this. In fact, this is gappy pretty much all the way up to about 340-ish. We do have this 320 spot that's just looking kind of juicy, and that I would say I would be comfortable skipping over this candle entirely and saying that that gap fills up here at about 338. So this has done a really good job holding its 50-day moving average. You can see on the daily chart here, we have a series of higher lows on the chart. And now we have this tailwind that more customers might be buying their iPhones and kind of pulling that through. There's also been new releases with the Mac Mini and some of the new M chips, the M5 and the M6 chips. So Apple's got a lot of stuff going here. And I think the chart is actually constructive right now. If the market continues to trade up, I think it might even take Apple with it. What do you think here about the Apple chart?
Like you, I think there is a case to be made for the upside with this move up through the 50 and 20-day SMAs that were pretty much in the same area almost within $1, it looks like. But I think if we continue higher towards that 320 area, that appears to be a breakout spot to me and will take us into more of a gap fill. So that's what I'd be watching for here too. I don't know if we're going to get that today, but we still have the rest of the week, a couple more days. And that's certainly plenty of time to try and see if we test 320. But we're going to need to see some pretty good volume, I would say, to take us up higher.
I would agree with you. And one more thing on that 320 spot that you just called out here. If you take a, and you had also mentioned that it went through these two moving averages together, take a look at the last time the price action was similar to this when the conditions were the same. That was right in here. This went from 294 to a high of 344. You look back at the last time that this happened, that's going to be right in here. Apple consolidated above that a little bit, and then guess what? Went on a pretty big run, 271 up to about 315. So we actually have the precedence in the recent chart here to make a move from this candle here today. We'll see if that's the case. That's AAPL Apple. Now, the next one that we have here, oh man, social media is set ablaze right now. I hope you're going to be able to break this down for us. The next one's going to be Take-Two Interactive. The ticker is TTWO. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of like this to the downside, at least to the 216. That's going to be your 500-day moving average. I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of overshoot this. We might even come in and test this 185. I don't make any promises, but there is a lot of drama going on right now. Furthermore, a couple more things here about the chart before we talk about the drama. It really looks like it found some stiff resistance up here at 250 the last time it tried to go above it. And recently we have a lot of wicks above the 20 and the 50. We now have the 20 crossing through the 50 to the downside. This to me looks like the 200 is coming here. And if that breaks, I think it sets up the 500. Now, the controversy revolves around Grand Theft Auto 6. So, Joe, what on earth is going on here?
Well, apparently, some hacker has acquired a working game, a working copy of the game. His name is CyberLeak, and apparently he's starting to release different videos featuring some scenes of the game that haven't been seen before. And he's also threatened to release the game should something happen to him. Or certain conditions are not met by Take-Two. And he also seemingly was able to acquire this through the this I believe this is still a rumor, but through the Rockstar India servers, which is a little concerning because there's a could be some potential security issues that we might have for you in another video for you another day. But he's that's the case with going on with Take-Two right now. They have their game that's being leaked, so they put out a release earlier today
Mhm.
uh,
On
regarding
LinkedIn.
yeah, on LinkedIn, exactly. Sort of apologizing to fans and gamers that this is happening without really providing much resolve. So I think this is still a very big problem for them. They're very nervous, and if this doesn't if this it continues to escalate, I think that you're right. We are going to likely see a bigger move down in Take-Two. Let's say the game does get released and or by this hacker and people start playing the game and they decide, well, may it not be for me.
Mhm.
I'm going to take my pre-order back or cancel that. Just something to put out there. Don't know if that'll be the case, but this is not great news for Take-Two.
No, it's not. And the other thing here is that this is one of the most hyped games of all time. This has already been delayed. People have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this. And to have that spoiled, I mean, that could leave a really sour taste in your mouth. And the other thing here is that how long are they going to be able to play this? There's still questions about some of the multiplayer stuff. There's this whole ongoing controversy with games not being physical discs anymore, which this game is going to be download only. None of the companies seem to really be budging on that. Maybe Microsoft, which I think you're going to talk about here in a sec, a little bit, but not really. So just to be clear, the call here, Take-Two lower, tickers TTWO and lower, but there are some other ancillary companies that kind of connect to this. What do you got?
Yeah, so we talked about Sony discontinuing physical games in 2028. Now they've still continued to rise despite the pushback from basically their customers, most of their customers, and that they get most of their revenue from. So with that pushback, they still are seeing upside in their stock price. But I believe now if they give in to those gamers' demands and go back to physical, that could possibly turn things back around because this upside move has been on them, canceling those physical games and going all digital by 2028.
Yeah, less
Uh,
input costs in the discs
right.
and the packaging and such. Yeah.
Exactly. Less cut to retail and
Mhm.
whatnot. Now Microsoft, on the other hand, is giving a little bit of a breadcrumb, just kind of throwing a small bone to gamers. They're saying that you can take your library anywhere. If you own a physical game, you can just upload that to the cloud, and you can play your game wherever you take your, I guess you take your Xbox or log in. But that is a little bit more in the direction of what gamers are looking for because they do want to own their physical games with the convenience of being able to play it wherever they choose. Now, Microsoft hasn't said if they're going to go back and uh, make more physical games going forward, but this is a little bit of a step in the right direction. So we'll just have to look and see what also develops from Microsoft's end.
Okay, now again, I want to reiterate the call here is on TTWO short. Microsoft, more of an AI name than anything right now, but
Yeah.
still worth mentioning in this theme because there are a lot of moving parts and we absolutely have not seen the end of it. If you folks have any thoughts on this, especially the Grand Theft Auto controversy, I want to hear it. So does Joe. Leave that in the comment section. I want it to be out of control for this one. I want to get the opinion of the group. So let's hear it. Let's hear what you think on that. And as always, if you have suggestions on other stocks that you think we should cover or take a look at, suggest those, and we'll go ahead and do that. Joe, great stuff here today. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.
You too.